Hello everyone. This is more about the idea of A2 level media ecology. So we need to discuss this very important thing. We must know about it that in our media ecology, uh, as I discussed it earlier, that I've already shared the whole course outline. If you can see the point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point number 8. We need to discuss this thing that the impact of developing technologies on media language. We need to discuss this thing. Okay. In the previous video, we discussed the idea of the developing technologies on the media language. So this is you. A lot of students must be able to understand this thing if you know about the media language. Actually, we must know about it. We must need to know that the change in the media language. You can see the previous time. Let's suppose, as far as our analog technology is concerned, whenever we are using linear editing, this is one of the most important thing. Linear editing. So we don't have any computer to use any verbal language, or you can say the written language on the film. Now we need to establish the titles by hand. Okay, we need to write down the whole titles. हमें पूरे titles को हाथ से लिखना होता था, ठीक है. So as far as the things are changing, as things move from the, this is one of the most important example. I will share each and every example with you. Okay. For the verbal language, you have the linear and linear and non-linear editing. Today, in today's world, in non-linear editing, it is very easy to add some titles, add some words, add some captions, add some thoughts. You can write a whole essay within the film, so there is no problem. So it is very easy for you. And there's an emergence of typography. Typography means typography is all about the fonts and the style of writing. Okay. In today's world, due to technology, the written language, try to understand this thing. The written language typography is totally fixed. It's a part of convention. You're not allowed to use any typography, or you can use any font or style. For typography, it means the fonts and the style. You must need to know about it. Okay. So you cannot use any font or style for anything like this. But try to understand this very important thing. You don't have a liberation to use anything, because now the typography is a part of convention. So due to but as far as the linear editing is concerned, there is nothing like particular one writing pattern or one typography, because it's by hand, it's not by the computers. But now, as the editing has going to be changed from the linear to the non-linear side. Now we are doing editing on computers, so it is very easy for you to use the we can go for any customized written language for the film particularly. So it is very easy. There is a drastic change. You can see the technological change in this game. Okay. We discussed the idea of non-verbal language, gestures. Okay. Now I'm going to share this very important thing to you. You must know about the AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to establish a lot of things, it's going to revolutionize a lot of things. Now we can add a lot of gestures within our media product. For one media moving image, there are a lot of, you can see a lot of application related to it, that you can create a lot of gestures. Okay. I'm going to, the AI is one of the example of non-verbal communication, non-verbal language, and one of the most important element is all about the cartoons, the animation part. Okay. You need to share the names of the softwares like Maya, After Effects. These are the core softwares related to the animations. So whenever we are going to talk about it, actually, once we need to go for the illustration, let's suppose Illustrator also. Illustrator is one of the most important software related to the character animation. So whenever we are going for the for character animation, we need to add a lot of gestures. Like we need to add a lot of non-verbal language codes. Let's suppose if your character is streaming, you must need to create a lot of gestures related to that particular thing. So it is just possible because it's an addition in non-verbal language. No one can imagine this thing that we need to add on the gestures and non-verbal parts, non-verbal actions within the film, and we need to we can add these things with the help of computers. So this is one of the most important key element. So we discussed the idea of what? We discussed the idea of verbal language. Okay, where the topic name is the use of technology, or you can say the impact of developing technologies on media language. Okay, so we discussed the idea of the four kind of media language: the verbal or written language, non-verbal language, the visual language, and the fourth one is oral language. Okay, so I have given you the example of the written language, the difference between the linear and non-linear editing. This thing has going to be revolutionize a lot of things. And I give the example of non-verbal language also. Due to emergence of technology, I can add up the gestures, I can add up the body language. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing. And I already discussed the idea of AI, artificial intelligence. With the help of that, I can add particular gesture in any moving image. Okay, fourth, and you have a lot of examples related to it. So the fourth element is all about the visual language, and visual language has totally changed in this modern world. You can see this thing. Previously we used to shoot and we used to edit that particular thing, and we can't add colors actually. Okay, you need to do the color correction by hand. In Bangkok, there is a very big industry who used to do the color correction by their hands. They used to grade the film by their hands. So, but now in this world, we have a color grading machines. We have the color grading blenders actually, who can easily grade our films. So we can see the change in this particular thing. Whenever once I'm going to explain this thing, the visual actually. The biggest development in all the media languages in terms of technology is in the visual part actually. So actually visual part is one of the most essential part in this whole scenario. So once I'm going to explain this thing, previously we were having the black and white TVs, but now we are all having the digital TV, the color TVs, and afterwards we are moving forward, and now we all are having smart TVs. So, and the color quality and picture quality is changing day by day. So the visual language codes are changing over the period of time like no other thing. So as far as the films are concerned, as far as the film technology is concerned, uh, we cannot, let's suppose the biggest example, let's suppose whenever we talk about the superhero films like Batman, Superman, these are the films which were not you cannot imagine these things, the films like this. But due to this thing, and we have changed a lot of elements. Okay, in this part you can add each and every technology. You can add the chroma technology, you can add anything like that. So the thing is this, the due to the technology, the visual language is revolutionized completely. Okay, moving forward, and as I'm moving forward, we need to understand this thing. uh, the fourth element, the oral language, you can say the sound. Due to the emergence of technology, the sound has been to be changed because previously, let's suppose during the analog time, we used to use the records. Actually, this is just like a disc. Okay, it's a very big magnetic disc, and we cannot edit that particular thing. We are just using for the record purpose. Okay, so you're not able to retake anything for the especially the sound production. But now in this computerized time, you have auto tuners, you can do you have the evolution in the music technology in terms of EDM. EDM is one of the biggest development in the sound area, because this thing is going to create a different feeling for the people. Okay, trance and everything like that. So we are using that particular thing for to creating particular mode. So that is very easy to analyze this thing. So that thing, the whole computer technology, let's suppose the softwares like Adobe Audition, Cubase, revolutionize the whole media production and language codes, especially related to the oral language. So we can easily understand this thing that these softwares has changed the whole thing. This technology has changed the different things. Let's suppose in previous time we need to record the whole orchestra at one time. We just have one take to record each and everything. If we are not able to do so, then we need to change the record, and we just replace the record, and then we start taking we are going to shoot record at particular time. But in modern times, what happens, you can record multiple instruments. One individual can record all the instruments. Let's suppose I can play the guitar, if I can, then afterwards I'm going to play the let's suppose first I'm going to play the drums, and then I play the bass, then I play the first I used to play the bass, then drums, then guitars, and then I can play some add some keyboard notes, and then I can go for the vocals. So I can one person, one man army can do anything. So this thing is very important. This thing revolutionized the oral language. It's more synchronized, it's more actually, and I can also use a lot of effects during the production of my film, during the production of my sound. So that particular thing enhance the mood of the particular thing, enhance the mood of the moving image, enhance the mood and create and this thing will definitely help the audience to gel in with that particular sound. So we are I hope we are able to understand this thing. What is the core linkage between the oral language codes with the technology. So now we need to link the whole concept with the media ecology. Media ecology is an environment who is having multiple stakeholders like producers, distributors, exhibitors, and audiences, and all are moving related with the media text, and media text is dependent on the media language. So we need to understand this thing, how you can create a linkage. These media language codes, let's suppose the verbal codes, or you can say the verbal language, or non-verbal language, visual language, and oral language. These four elements may link with the media text, and that and on the basis of that particular text, all the stakeholders are linked, like suppose audiences, exhibitors, distributors, and producers. So we need to understand this thing. Once the technology revolutionized one particular thing, let's suppose technology revolutionized the media language, there is a direct impact on what? There is a direct impact on the media production. There is a direct impact on the text, and that may create an impact on the producers, distributors, and what our exhibitors, and the audience love this thing. Okay, now we need to understand this thing, that this revolution, the technological revolution, particularly in the media area, actually, as once I'm going to talk about the technological revolution in the media language, it means the technological revolution in all over the media. Okay, whenever let's suppose if I'm going to share a particular thing, you must, as you are in A2 level, so you must need to know about it. You must know about it that we discussed the idea that in previous time, whenever we are using the films, whenever distributor are using the roll films, okay, the you can say the the tangible films, though that films over the period of time, that the quality of the image is going to be declined. So it may create a negative impact on the audiences, and audiences don't like it, because the quality of image, they always expect for the good quality image, as they feel any bad image in that, so they are not enjoying that particular at much level. So due to this technological revolution, digital technology, you can you can go with the transmission, you can go with the satellite transmission also. So the digital transmission practices and digital projectors may lead towards the good quality image, which may create a positive impact on the visual language also. And you can see the uh, the recent cinema sound practices. Let's suppose I just forget the name of the technology. I'll share with you in a while. Uh, the cinemas are using uh, the most recent technology related to the sound. I will share the name of the technology. I just forget it. So, which may create a positive impact on the media language, especially on the oral language, you can say. So, all the stakeholders are enjoying this particular development. Okay, you can see this thing. There are multiple levels in the oral language. Whenever you can feel this thing when your character is whispering, you can feel that particular whisper. So it's a very good thing. So that particular revolution is going to revolutionize the whole product. Okay, which is a very good thing for the market. Okay, so moving forward related to this concept, so I hope you guys are able to understand this thing, why this thing is very important. So once I try to create a linkage between all of the things. The media language is linked with the media text, and every individual is doing with this the business with the media text. Okay. So in this area, you can add multiple examples. As far as the multiple examples concerned, you can talk about the 3D character modeling. You can talk about the Disney projects. They are doing a lot of things like that. So they are one of the most important thing related to it is all about the character animation. Okay, so you can say the sensor based animations. A lot of time what happens, what the during the production, there are a lot of sensors, and the movement of that particular that particular character may lead towards may transform into the superhero formation. So this technology is also using that sensor is a very important thing. And that, let's suppose, it's actually this thing is for the non-verbal language, because it is very difficult to produce some gestures, especially facial expressions or gestures. But with the help of this sensor technology, what we used to do, actually the camera used to study that particular character with the help of sensor, and they just transform it. So I will share the video with you guys, so that would be easy for you. So this is very important thing. Okay, so as far as the whole ecology is concerned, the media ecology is there you can see the evolution in the media ecology, that the media ecology is changing. Now I just want to explain the difference between the old media ecology or the new media ecology, you can say. So as far as in previous times, as far as the verbal language is concerned, it is very difficult to add on the titles. It is very difficult to add on particular lines. So as far and it is very difficult to create some cartoons. Okay, cartoons development is so much difficult. So this is all that is all about. Actually, everything was based on handwritten, and everything was manual, so it would be very difficult. So this is all about the old media practices, or you can say the old media ecology. But now the things are going to be changed. We have discussed it earlier. So moving forward, as far as the non-verbal languages, non-verbal language is concerned, you are totally dependent on your characters or your character's performance. Okay, so it is very difficult for you to enhance anything, to edit anything with the help of technology. Okay, and there is nothing like the sensor based animation, so you cannot add on, and you can easily feel the difference between the normal human gestures and the animated gestures. So this thing is going to be the problem for the producers and the directors. So they don't want this. Actually, they want to create a maximum linkage between the reality, linkage between the film and the reality. So and as far as animated cartoons are concerned, they were not able to do so, because at some level they cannot add on the particular gestures, and there's a difference between them. So moving forward, as far as visual is concerned, the old media were based on the black and white films, and and it is totally based on DV cams, and they were recording on the films, or you can say the rolls, rather than they are recording on the card, which is easier to transport, and it is easier to manage. Okay. And you can, in the basic difference between the linear, they were doing the linear editing, and now we are doing the non-linear editing. You might, for some students who don't know about it, the difference between the linear and non-linear editing. Linear editing means the editing was based on the manual editing. You can say that they're cutting by their hands, but now we have changed each and everything. Now we are doing the non-linear editing in the form of with the help of computers. As far as the sound is concerned, the old media directors were restricted related to the sound. They cannot add on, or they are not able to create a lot of feelings, or they are not able to create similar sound requirements. You can see the difference between the old movies and today's movies. There's a huge difference between the sound reality, the effects you can add on right now, but previously you were not able to do so. So this is the game, and I hope you are able to understand the whole scenario. So this is all about the linkage of technology with the media language. So, and now your assignment is, you need to develop one very basic thing. You need to write down a 400 words article related to the difference and the evolution of technology related to the media language. You need to talk about the title of your article could be the evolution in media technology, the evolution in technology, the impact of technology on media language. Simple. The impact of technology on media language is a very simple name of your article. So write it down. Have a very nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.